Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, and I would like to welcome you to our February Christmas Stampathon 2020. Now this month we are keeping it stripped back to basics and we're doing stamps only. So in that, we are just using stamp sets. You can do hand cutting, but we will prefer no die cutting or anything like that. I have gone with a fairly simple one layer card. I've used the Making Christmas Brights and the Peaceful Boughs stamp sets, both of which are available to purchase at the moment. And you can see here from my sample cards, of which I think I've already made 5 and I'm going to be making the 6th with you. I have used the whole rainbow of colours. I've used Mossy Meadow, Garden Green, Lovely Lipstick. Oh, which one's this one? Mango Melody, Gorgeous Grape, and a touch of Blueberry Bushel. So without any delay, I'm going to get into it and I'll talk to you about the foil and everything like that after I have finished stamping. So I'm just going to pop these stamp sets to the side, pop this up here. I'm keeping it really simple with a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I am just going to bring in some scratch paper because I'm stamping over the edges. So what I started with all the other cards I've made, is the sentiment, and we're going to use Blueberry Bushel for the sentiment. Just stamping that on. I do use a bit of a wider block than the sentiment size because it helps me line up this as straight as I can with the edges of the paper. That's not too bad. I did wiggle a bit too much, but it's totally legible. Next, I am going to go in with the Boughs. So I'm going to use the 3 Boughs with both my greens, which are Mossy Meadow and Garden Green, starting with Mossy Meadow. Now, if you are new to the Christmas Stampathon challenge, we are basically, me and a fellow demonstrator, Esther Howard, she is in the UK, we are just getting ourselves ready for Christmas. So that's as easy as the challenge is. We're setting ourselves a challenge every month to get ready for Christmas. So I've used the largest. Now I'm going in with the smallest in the Mossy Meadow. So every month on the 25th, because that coincides with Christmas Day, we have a challenge, and you have that month to enter to go into the draw for one of mine and Esther's cards to be sent to you. But obviously the challenges are there all year long. So I'm going in with my middle size bow now and just filling in some of the gaps and just adding in a touch more colour. So you can just see there, I've just added in a nice round greenery ready for me to add in our beautiful light bulbs. So for our light bulbs, I'm starting with our star just to give it some pizzazz. Now this was my original, and the Season's Greetings is a bit too far to the side. So I'm going to swap it with this one because, you know, if you're making multiples, your first card isn't necessarily the one you love. So I'm just, some of these bulbs I am repeat stamping. I'm just leaving enough room at the top to stamp the bulb topper. Not sure if that has an actual real name or not, to tell you the truth. Okay, and just doing it in groups of 2s and 3s. So we've had a whole lot of people enter into our January challenge, which is fantastic. And we will draw out those names, I'm assuming in the next couple of days. We will do some type of randomizer app and draw out 2 names, and they will receive mine and Esther's card. Last year I was lucky enough not to have to make any extra cards, so just gone in with the Gorgeous Grape, and I am going to bring in my chamois here because I need to clean this off to go with my other colours. So just give it a wipe, a bit of a pat dry, change over my colour to lovely lipstick. So I just chose some fun festive colours, and some of these are my very, very favourite colours, and in Christmas lights these will just look fantastic now. And I think on this one I'm going to add a singular blueberry bushel one right there, and just put the hint of one going off the page. Stamp that off once again, give it a wipe, and come in with my blueberry bushel. I'm not doing any super duper stamping techniques because I am making multiples. I wanted to keep it really, really simple and just do stamping, but you can do stamping off. I could have done that with the greenery, could have done all those fun things. So I'm now finished with all my bulbs. While I've still got all my colours around, there is this tiny star stamp in the Making Christmas Bright stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp in the colours of the bulb lights, sorry, in the bushes here, or in the tree, I don't know which way you describe it, just to pull some of that colour up to the top of the page, or the card, as the case may be. So once again, just cleaning that off in between, back in with our Gorgeous Grape. So I do hope that this challenge and our future challenges do help you get prepared for Christmas, because it really has been such a wonderful thing for me to get to Christmas time and to have all the inspiration of the amazing ladies on the group, and to have all my Christmas cards done, because I send a lot of Christmas cards. I always have. I think it's something my mum did and sort of instilled in me, although she sends less these days, but I've got an excuse because this is my business. I think I'm happy with that. Maybe just one more peeking through there with my business. So I send my customers cards and fellow demonstrators. Now for the finishing touch, I'm going to finish off these bulbs, and we do have in here, we've got the bulb topper. So as if these are electric lights on our tree. Helps if I don't drop it, hey. So we do have a Facebook group, so do be sure to pop over and ask to join, and then say hi to us in that month's challenge. And hopefully we can help you get ready for Christmas. Now I think I've made 5 or 6 of these cards, but for the challenge we only require you to make 4, because we know some people don't need as many cards as others, but it's always nice to make some multiples. Now a couple of these are hanging around, so I've just picked up my basic grey Stampin' Write marker, which is exactly the same ink as our ink pads, and I'm just going to draw in strings. I'm just grabbing a point above these bulbs where they would attach to and just drawing a line. Nothing fancy, it just gives the bulbs a purpose really. And this one I will put above. So that finishes off my stamping. So I don't think really in the whole scheme of things it took that long. Now what I have layered this on is some of our champagne foil. Now this champagne foil reminds me a lot, it's a silvery rose, so it's not a rose gold, but it does have a rose hue in it, which I thought went really well with the lovely lipstick and the gorgeous grape in the stamping. So grab my snail here. Now many of you know I do normally use wet glue. When it comes to foil, I do not use my multi-purpose adhesive because it tends, oh, I'm going a bit off there, it tends to buckle the foil, and I just don't like that look. So we're hoping and praying, or I am anyway, that I can stick this down evenly because I don't have wiggle room. Look at that, that's pretty good if I do say so myself. Now I am going to use a bit of contraband here because it just glides nicer on this, and using some of our fast fuse adhesive. The snail doesn't quite glide so well on the back of the foil because it's a bit slippery. Okay, now make sure we're putting it on right way round. So if you guys haven't already, I would love for, let's see if I can, I would love you to come over, oh no, that's not too bad, come over and join us at the Christmas Stampathon Challenge. I will have the link to the Facebook group below. I'd also encourage you to keep an eye out for Esther's video. She is going to have an example of the projects she has made, and I do hope that you get the time to join us in making some projects with stamping only. Thank you so much for watching me today. I will see you all in the group soon. If not, I will see you next month for our March challenge. Bye.